for an expression to be obtained. Okay, let's still proceed. Let's solve one or two problems pertaining to these evaluation of expressions. You get? I've just given you the theoretical background of what we mean by an expression. So in mathematics, I want you to just know today that an expression is just the sum of two or more terms. Then there are some exceptions where you can have a term and a number. You get? So just like this example, the last example here, 4y plus 6. So when we sum 4y and 6 together in the last example you have in there, we got what we call an expression, 4y plus 6. But that 6 is not a term, right? This 6 in the last example there is not a term, isn't it?
Which, yeah, it's just
a number, right?
Yeah.
But we still call it an expression because we have got something more than a term. Are you following now?
So come again.
I said here where you have 4y plus 6, it is still an expression. Because, but normally, you know, from definition, I say that an expression is sum of two or more terms, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. But you can see in the last example that 6 is not a term.
Yeah. Because it's only a number.
Yeah.
No letter.
Perfect. So, but I'm telling you now that whenever you get something that is exceeding a term, it becomes what? An expression. So it does not necessarily mean that it must be 10 that will give us expressions.
Okay. So how does it now mean more term?
Huh?
How does just only 6? How will you say that 6 is a term?
Okay, if there is a topic in mathematics known as indices. Now, in that indices, anything raised to a power of 0 gives us 1. You get?
Okay.
One of the laws of indices is telling us that any number or letter that the power is 1 will give us, that the power is 0 will give us 1. So if I have 2 power of 0, it means 1. If I have 4 power of 0, it's equivalent to 1. Therefore, this is here, the letter is having a power of 0, which is unknown, which is unseen here. It is unrevealed. You get? So this is just like saying 6x power of 0. Okay. Where that x power of 0 is 1. And when 1 multiplies 6, you are still getting 6. So any number standing alone without a letter, it is assumed that the letter is raised to a power of what? 0, which means 1. And when 1 multiplies that number, you still get the same thing. So, but the trick is just know that anything that is more than a term gives us an expression. You get?
Okay.
Okay, so let's see these few programs before we conclude. In this slide I'm showing here, you can see this is one of the problems I saw in what you sent to me, where we are asked to evaluate 5 plus 2x. You can see that this 5 plus 2x is now an expression because it has a number and a term, right? And it's multiplying another expression, which is 3 minus 5x. Can you see that there? Okay. Yes. Now they ask us to evaluate it when the value of x is 2 over 5. So this is just a substitution. It implies that wherever you see this x in that expression, you are going to use 2 over 5 to replace it. You understand now?
Yeah.
So wherever I see x, I will replace it with 2 over 5. Okay, so you have 5 plus 2. Immediately I see x. I hope you saw how I replaced it with 2 over 5 there. Yeah. Again, 3 minus 5x, I replace x again with 2 over what? 5, correct? Then you come down again. The 2 here times in 2 over 5 does not multiply 5, which is the number down. It only multiplies the numerator, which is 2. You get? So that 2 in bold will multiply only the small 2, not 5.
Why? That's why. Why? Why can't it?
That 2 means 2 over 5 as a number is a fraction less than 1. You get? So, and that 2 as a whole means the same thing with 2 over 1. Do you understand?
No.
Okay.
This I'm getting confused on this. All
Okay,
this.
okay, relax. You get to relax. Now, when you have 2 as a whole number, right?
Mhm.
Multiplying 2 over 5. Every number in this world can be written as a fraction. For example, these 2 now, I can choose to call these 2 over 1. Do you understand? Because when you,
The 2 in whole number.
yeah, that 2 after 5 plus 2, can you see it there?
Yes.
The 2 can be called 2 over 1.
Okay.
Then multiplying 2 over 5. Can you understand this now? 2
Okay.
over 1 multiplying 2 over 5. In multiplication, the number on the top will multiply the one on the top. While the one down will multiply the one down. You get?
Okay.
So 2 on top multiplies 2 on top when you write it properly, which gives you 4, which gives you 4. The 1 down multiplies the 5 down, which also gives us what? 5. Is that clear, or should I go
Right.
to the whiteboard and draw? Huh? Okay, let me.
No, I think I'm clear. I think I'm clear. You said something that every number is over 1.
Yeah. Any number, any whole number, you can write it as over 1.
Every whole number. Okay, fine.
Yes. So that 2 can be called 2 over 1. Then
Okay.
time.
So in this kind of multiplication,
Yes.
the 2 numbers on top will multiply
Each-
themselves. The one
Perfect.
down will
Correct.
multiply.
Correct. Perfect.
All right.
Okay. That's how we got 4 over 5 down. Can you see it there?
Yes.
Okay. Another bracket opens where you have 3 minus 5 as a whole number times into
Yes.
2 over 5. You get?
Yes.
Okay. That 5 as a whole number can be called 5 over 1. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Yeah, 5 over 1. Then times into 2 over what? 5.
Over 5. Yeah.
Then the 5 on top multiplies 2 on top to give us 10.
Okay.
The 1 down multiplies 5 to give us a 5.
5.
You get? That's how we got 10 over 5 there.
Yeah.
Okay. Then coming down, that 10 over 5 can give us a whole number 2. Because when you divide 10 by 5, it's giving us 2. Can you see there?
Yeah.
With your calculator, 10 by 5 is 2. It's a whole number.
Yeah.
Okay. Then,
So now,
okay.
excuse me. So
All right.
that, how did we get to now? 5.
That 2.
Yeah.
Okay, now I have here 10 over 5. Can you see it there?
Yes.
Now 10 divided 5 ordinarily will give us what? 2, right?
Okay.
All right. Okay. To give us 2. So then 3 minus, that's why you're having these 2 down here.
Okay.
But 3 minus 2 will give us 1. Can you see the 1?
Yes.
Okay. But you'll be wondering how I got 29 over 5.
Mhm.
This 29 over 5, when you have a whole number multiplying adding to a fraction where you have 5 plus 4 over 5, that 4 over 5, just use 5 to times the 5, then add 4 to it. But to be safer here, to avoid confusion, look at the best thing to do, because fractions are more difficult to work with than the decimals. So just use your calculator and divide 4 by 5. Are you following?
Yeah.
Use your calculator, divide 4 by 5 to give you around 0.8.
4 divided by 5.
0.8, that was.
Yeah.
Okay. Then if add 0.8 to that 5 beside it, because we have 5 plus that's 4.5, which is now 0.8. You get 4 over 5 is 0.8, right? Then add it to the 5, because we are adding the two numbers. What will it give?
5.8.
It will give you around 5.8, right?
Yeah.
So that bracket where we have 5 plus 4 over 5 is the same thing as 5.8, isn't it?
Yeah.
Then the 5.8 will 9 times the next bracket, which is 1. Is that not so? 3 minus 2 gave us 1, right?
Yeah.
But the other bracket, which I wrote as 29 over 5, is the same thing as 5.8, like we've got in your calculator, isn't it?
Yeah. So why do you write it to 29? Why is it 29 there?
Now use your calculator, divide 29 by 5, you still get that 5.8.
Somebody just rang me in that moment. 1 minute. Oh, come on. Let me use my phone to divide it.
Okay.
On laptop.
Okay. 29 by
Okay.
5.
So what does this ask me to divide?
29 by 5. You will see you get that 5.8.
29 divided by 5.
Yes.
5.8.
Yeah. Okay, maybe in our next meeting, I will clear you very well how I got that 29 over 5, because the write-ups here might not be okay for your understanding of it.
Okay.
I need to write properly to place the fractions very well, to show you the steps of adding fractions in the next meeting.
Okay.
It will be the first thing we'll do before we go to the main topics you have there, so that we
Okay.
understand how 29 over 5 is equivalent to 5.8.
Okay.
Then that your 5.8 multiplying 1, the final answer we will get will still be 5.8, because anything times 1 gives us the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's how the answer is 5.8. Let's see one more question on that, then we'll summarize. You see, evaluate another terms multiplying each other, 4 plus 2x and 3 minus 8x, when x is 1 over 2. Okay, solution. So it means that wherever we see x, we put 1 over 2 there. All right. Where we have 4 plus 2, I see x, I'm putting 1 over 2, isn't it?
Yeah.
In place of x. In the other bracket, where you have 8x, I'm putting 1 over 2 in place of x.
Yeah.
Okay. Then, as usual, where you have 2 over 1, that 2 can be called 2 over 1, isn't it? The 2 after 4 can be
Yeah.
called 2 over 1. Then times 1 over 2. The
Yeah.
up numbers multiply themselves, the down numbers multiply themselves.
So 2 over 2.
Yeah, 2 over 2. And 2 over 2 will give us 1, isn't it? 2
Okay.
divided
2
by
divided.
2,
Yeah.
yeah, to give us 1. Then the other one, where you have 8 multiplying 1 over 2, the 8 can be called 8 over 1, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, then multiplying 1 over 2. Up numbers multiplies up numbers. So we have 8 over 2, good, which is 4, right? 8 divided 2 is 4. Okay, you can see them down here, where that one changed to 1, the other one changed to 4.
Yeah.
Then ordinarily, 4 plus 1 will give us 5, right?
Yeah.
Then 3 minus 4 is negative 1, because 4 is bigger than 3, negative 1, right? Then multiplying 5 by negative 1 will give us negative 5 as the answer. Okay, I think at this juncture, let's just relax here till we start the main lesson.
Yeah. Good.
Okay.
I don't know whether, of course, you saw those topics.
Yes.
That's my sense.
Yes, I saw them. But I'll be glad if you can get all the necessary things you need to know per topic, because I may be treating it too high or too low. I want to give you exactly what you need. If you can.
You know, I wanted to send you because I'm into an online school where we write the exams. Okay.
Okay.
I wanted to send you my platform, but I don't know whether it will be a violation of the rule if I give you access to the online platform.
Okay. It may
My
be.
problem is my problem is it's possible that if you log into it in Nigeria, they will know somebody logged in.
They will know. They will know, definitely.
That's why I'm not comfortable. I would have just sent it to you so that you check. You see the topics. What I might do is maybe I'll go there and click and write down the topics I saw there.
Okay. Okay, yes. Then snap and send to me on WhatsApp. So I'll use it to
Okay.
prepare for the next meeting. So I'll give you exactly what you need.
Okay, so then what we talked about that money. Do you think that money is not big? Are we gonna do it 3 hours a week instead of 2 hours a week?
Normally, the offline lesson I do is more than that. Because I'm even working with Anambra State government. They are teaching on air. I'm the person.
I'm not
Uh,
government. I'm an individual person. I'm not government.
and I know what I collect elsewhere. This thing burns data and the time too. Preparing the PowerPoint is another stress because I like preparing PowerPoint for proper understanding. Uh,
I've, I've thought about all those things about the
uh, yeah,
um, MBA, about the, I've thought about all of them.
it's
I
really
still think
stressful. And
2 hours.
because of the person that linked you to me, I didn't even want to a situation whereby we start bargaining because I would have called a reasonable sum of money. We start a bargaining. But this thing means my generator will be on steady to buying fuels,
Well,
data, and all that. So
no problem. No problem. Mm, let's not be too rigid with 1 hour. Maybe 1 hour 30 minutes.
okay, it's okay.
It wasn't. Let's say it's 1 hour, but even if you go over 1 hour, that should not be a problem. So I hope I'll be very quick in understanding. I'm not good with mathematics at all. So I just want to
You will get it.
do.
I'll break it part by part. You get it. You get it. Math.
So when are we now? Which days are we now fixing?
I think I sent you that on WhatsApp.
I think we said
Is it Sunday,
just 1 minute.
Tuesday? Okay.
Um, okay, we said Tuesday and Sunday, Tuesday and Thursday.
Yes. Yes.
And you said 8 p.m. I said no, not 8, 8
Yeah.
p.m. please.
Yeah.
I said I prefer 2:30.
Yes. Yes. And it's okay.
Is 2:30 okay for you?
It will be okay. It will be okay.
Uh, uh, okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Right,
Bye.
a nice day.
Okay.